Oh my goodness. Okay. I had to shut everything down. I shut Firefox wasn't, well, first Chrome wasn't working, and then Firefox wasn't working. And so I shut Firefox off, I shut Skype off, I shut everything off, and I loaded Chrome, and here we are. I mean, Firefox loaded for me, but nothing was there, none of my videos, and I'm just like, okay, take a breath. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Morning Motivator. Yeah, I'm on Chrome. It's working fine, but I've got everything. My computer's not happy, so I think after the call today, Dawn and I are going to reformat my computer and bring it back fresh. There isn't much on it. I keep everything on my Dropbox, so it's not like I'm going to lose anything other than a few programs I have to make sure that I actually still have. So make sure I figure that out. Yikes. It'll get fixed. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I think that, well, actually, that's the first thing I'm going to try is just rebooting, and I've been having problems since I downloaded McAfee, so I don't know. I don't know. It'll get sorted. How are we all doing today? Where are we on the emotional scale? How did you do yesterday with your health, with thinking of having better health, with writing down all those statements that it's natural for your body to be well? Did it feel good? Did you have a good day? Did you practice it? Is Judy out there? Is she able to hear us? I think Judy was having some challenges. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if my computer worked perfectly, if the internet worked perfectly? Wouldn't it be nice if my computer worked as fast as I did? That's my dream. My dream is to have a computer that can work as fast as me, where when I click enter, it doesn't sit there and go, oh, you did that too many times. Tamara says, I notice my hands are not as sore. Well, and so you practiced writing this down, Tamara, and you did the exercise. Isn't that amazing? And so your body is just, and if you keep practicing, here's the magic of it, okay, is that as you keep practicing, your body starts to heal more and more because that's what it's supposed to be doing. And you're allowing the cells to do their job because that's what they do. We can heal ourselves. That's absolutely, positively one of my favorite books, one of my favorite authors. I have many. Oh my goodness, I really have to reorganize this. And things are getting a little out of control in Janet's office. Louise Hay, this is her collection. When this came, I thought I was getting 3 books. I didn't realize it was actually the collection. I love it. Anybody here love books and love to feel the books? The paper of this book is so amazing. I love holding it. But the first book she wrote, and the first book I ever had of Louise Hay was You Can Heal Your Life. And it was back when I was going through some challenges and recovering from some childhood issues, and it really resonated with me. It really helped me realize that even at that early stage when I can't say that I consciously said that I'm responsible for how I feel. I was just thinking, I'm going to fix myself. I was broken. Ask Dawn. When I met Dawn, I was broken. I thought I was broken. And, it took a while for me to realize I wasn't broken at all. I was perfectly fine. And I just needed to keep reaching for joy and fun. Feedback Friday. We're going to talk a bit about moving up the emotional scale. It is the last process, the last game. I also want to talk about where you guys want to go next. I think it was Thomas said, I want to read the book again because I came halfway through. We've been through the book twice. The first time a while ago, but we've been through the book twice. And I'm quite fine going through the book again. In fact, I'm quite fine making this all about ask and it is given. I was well trained to believe I was broken. That's right. That's exactly what it was. I was trained to believe there was something wrong with me. There must be something wrong with me. You're one of the last that like to read books. Oh, me too, Diane. I don't. I have all these books on my Kobo reader, so I can read them on my tablet. I can read them on my phone. They're with me wherever I go because I don't always have the books with me, right? So if I want to reference them, I have them. But there's nothing like a book. I love my books. And I really hope that as a society and as a world, and I recognize that, you know, it's an environmental thing, and, you know, we're moving to the digital age, but I really do hope that we never stop having books, because I love books. So you guys think about it. Think about what you'd like to do next, what you'd like, where you'd like to go, and that's where we'll go, because this is really about you. And I want to keep this call about you, because I really believe that once you start to understand that you are in control of making yourself feel better, nobody else is going to make you feel better, okay? Sorry. And, you know, for some of you, that's a big disappointment, because it's much easier to blame Fred. And if I get Fred out of my life, I'm going to feel better. If I get Mary out of my life, I'm going to feel better. If I get that cantankerous old fool out of my life, I'm going to feel better. If I remove everything that's negative in my life, I'm going to feel better. Well, actually, the only thing you can do is think better. The amazing power of deliberate intent. Where is my amazing power of deliberate intent? What I'm finding with the amazing, to be honest with you, Randy, I don't have you read The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent? I have the audio of it. We've read the book in the call. It's really about finding your vibrational alignment, and I find that, I mean, because it goes through, it has examples, but I didn't really find the examples to be that relevant. Although, I mean, we can go through it, surely. I'm just not convinced that everyone here is ready for the amazing power of deliberate intent. Is what happened is, it's the same authors, Kim, Esther, and Jerry Hicks. Ask and It Is Given came from this book, okay? This book was written, and it was pretty amazing, and from this book, that's where Ask and It Is Given came from, because it took all of this and broke it down into a simple place. I have lots of ahas in this book. We read this one before. We read Ask and It Is Given. I'm certainly happy to read the very beginning of it. It's all about finding vibrational alignment. Vibrational relativity regards financing, regards your home, finding alignment. When you ask, it is always given. Chapter 8. That's where the book came from. So we'll think about that. I will think about it. I'll let the universe direct us, and it is going to be a group effort. So I don't know if everyone has this book. I am obsessed with Ask and It Is Given, I'm afraid, because I know that these games really work, and this is just really getting deeper into it, I guess. But it's really about applying the games, and in my mind, this is very personal. I think that when you're delving into the power of deliberate intent, it's very personal, because everyone's different. Not everyone needs to move up the emotional scale or turn it, you know, it's all about applying these different games and different strategies. It really is. I don't know the difference. Randy, tell me the difference between the two books. You'd like to go into this, but if you could tell me why. Because I know it's just repeating Ask and Is Given, and it talks a bit more about it. Maybe there's some more examples. We'll let it sit with us. We'll let it sit with us. Anyone know who Elon Musk is? Everyone know who Elon Musk is? One's looking at the big picture, one is more specific. So you know, we may read some of it. How's that? We may read up to chapter, like finding alignment with source energy. The first 45 pages we might read, right? Elon Musk. So Elon Musk created PayPal. He invented PayPal. He's really quite an amazing man, actually. And I watched an interview with Elon Musk and Richard Branson one day on the internet, and it was just like, wow. It was an hour interview, and I was just, wow. Wow. It was so awesome to listen to them. Randy said, sometimes when I've been focused upon the specific, it helps me to get back and look at the bigger picture. Well, that is what all these games are doing, though, Randy, right? Each game is a little different. Each game helps you to focus more on exactly what it is you want to focus on. And now, when you're talking generalities and specifics, if you listen to Esther, she would rather, and Abraham, they would rather you focused on generalities rather than specifics. So the specifics are, I need X amount of dollars. All right, I want to have so much money in my bank account, or I want to have enough money that I can renovate this building and turn it into whatever it is you want to turn it into. And isn't that exciting? Here's what I need for that. And you write all that down. You write everything down. That's your goals. You write all that down, all the specifics about what it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it feels like. Then you go about and have fun in generalities. A New Earth. Oprah's reading this on Super Soul Sunday. I don't, A New Earth is fairly deep. It is pretty awesome. It is. It's a pretty awesome. There's so many books we could read. There's so many books we could read. Yeah, Tesla Motors, Space Company. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. And that, my friends, is life right there. What have I done? How can I do it better? What have I done? How can I do it better? What did I do today? How can I do it better? What did I do yesterday? How can I do it better? Because at the end of the day, we never get it done. Right? We never get it done. It's never done. We're always reaching for more. We're always reaching for something else. If not, what a boring life you have. If you're happy and content where you are, and you're not reaching for more, what a boring life you're existing. That's why we have contrast. Now, when it comes to contrast, contrast might be great for some and not so great for others. The truth is we never get it done. There is no perfect. There is no done. Since I'm not retired, I just can't type. Do you have to believe in the game for it to work? No, Kim, because the games will put you in a state of believing, because as you play the games, you feel better. And so as you play the games, it puts you in a different vibration, which puts you in a state of mind, which puts you in a state of allowing. So you start to manifest things. You start to see the evidence of what you're doing. You start to see the evidence of what you're doing simply by playing the games. And there isn't a favorite game. I mean, I play the games as I need them, and it's really good to know these games, to know them inside out, to understand them, to know when you need to use them. Just do the work to get the answer, Kim. Just do the work. And do you have a little confidence that what we're saying is true, Kim? That's all I want to ask. Do you have some level of confidence that what is in the book and what we're talking about, it could work? Then just play the games without expectation. That's the whole key here. You just want to play the game and see what happens. Wow. And then recognize what happens, okay? You need to recognize what happens, that I played this game and, oh, I feel better. I played the game. I feel better. Tamara played the game of you know, our natural state aren't hurting as much today. She feels better. And if she does it again, she'll feel better and better. But if she starts to focus on, wait a minute, that still hurts. Oh, that's really aching today. My hand is really sore. It gets sore when I do the papers. And if you start focusing on it, it's just going to get more sore and more sore. But when you focus and you say, it's better than it was yesterday, my body can heal itself. Yes, we're always going to have new people. Undecided. We'll see where we go. The Amazing Power. I do find that all of the other books, although it's funny because that's where we started. We started deep philosophies. And then we came to Ask and It Is Given, the ebook. You mean E squared, Robin? E squared? That one had 9 little games that you could play. My daughter has the book. I may get it from her this weekend. We could certainly play the games there because those are fun. They're games that help you prove that it all works. And so maybe I think I might like doing that. But we'll still read probably from Ask and It Is Given, or we may delve into the Power of Deliberate Intent just to read some of the beginning, just to reaffirm what we're saying here, because that's really all it is. It's just about reaffirming the message. When the students are ready, the teacher appears, right? Moving up the emotional scale. So Judy says she's starting to feel better. I saw you write that in there, Judy, and there's nothing, I got to tell you, there's nothing makes me feel better. There's nothing that gives me joy more than hearing that you're feeling better. Nothing. Even just a little bit, to be able to, I didn't even have to ask. She just said, I'm feeling better. I can see that it's working. And the thing is that in the beginning, there isn't a lot of evidence of it. So you have to look really hard to see the change. And when you do, then you start to recognize that, oh, this does feel better. So process number 22 on page 293, we don't have a lot of time to go through this, so we may not finish this today. We may talk more about it on Monday. I'm okay with that. You guys can let me know what guided meditation you want to listen to today. It's your choice. It's Friday. We can do anything. We could even do, I think we have some Lori Granger up there. I'm not sure. We can, if not, I can find some. So moving up the emotional scale is really about just that, moving up the emotional scale. And it's somewhere where you're really at the bottom of the pit. Between 17 and 22, when you're in despair, and really, Judy, that's where we should have started, or could have started with you right away. Pardon me. And I don't know if you've looked at this game, but it's really a powerful game, and it just moves you up the scale by saying things that feel better, right? I'm not happy with my current car. I feel embarrassed by my current car. I'm disappointed that I don't have a better car. I'm jealous that my neighbor has a better car. I'm angry I can't afford a better car. And you might say, I want to be well. I'm worried about my body. I'm disappointed about myself. I'm worried about my health. I'm afraid I'm afraid I will have a bad experience like my mother had. I'm angry I didn't take better care of myself. And this is where you go up the emotional scale, and I'm just going through here to get the examples. And I want to get the examples about our health because I think for many that's really a challenge. Oh, goodness. All right, so here it just goes through a whole bunch of statements that someone can say. Let me see. So here's an example, moving up the emotional scale. It goes quite a few pages, but I think it's important to really understand how you can change what you're saying about a situation, regardless of how bad it is, okay? So page 298. A woman found herself in a state of tremendous resistance and pain because of the death of her father. Even though he had been seriously ill and his death was expected, when it happened, she found herself in the deepest depression. She felt powerless and grief-stricken in response to her focus upon the uncontrollable death of her father. During the days before her father's death, this woman had barely left his side, but he slipped into unconsciousness during one of the rare times when she wasn't with him, and he didn't awaken again before he died. As she thought about not being there to have just one last conversation, tremendous thoughts of guilt washed over her. And while she did not consciously recognize the slight improvement the way the guilt felt, it was a very important vibrational transition for her. And then her thoughts turned to a powerful anger. She focused upon the woman who had been with her father when she had slipped into an unconsciousness. And she felt rage that this woman had given her father such a strong dose of medication for the purpose of making him more comfortable. And then she blamed the woman for having deprived her of her last conversation with her father. She did not realize it at the time, but the feelings of guilt, rage, anger, and blame were each definite improvements over her grief-stricken vibrational state of resistance. She did feel better in her blame, much better, in fact. At least she could breathe. She was now able to sleep. Of course, it is always better when you achieve the improved state of emotion deliberately. But even as in this case, when the improved emotions were discovered naturally and unconsciously, each improvement now gives you access to something even more improved. Once you find the relief that anger and blame can offer from those suffocating emotions of powerlessness and grief, you can even move more quickly up the emotion vibrational scale. And while it may even take a day or two to move up even one vibrational level from grief to guilt to revenge to anger, blame, you can reclaim your connection to Source and to your feeling of empowerment in a much shorter time than most anyone realizes. Here's an example of conscious statements that this woman could have offered to improve the way she felt. So think about this and think about statements that you could say about your situation, okay? Let me know if it helps. I did everything I could think of doing to help my father, but it wasn't enough. Grief. I miss him so much. I can't stand him being gone. Hello, cat. We have a visitor. That's grief. How will I be able to soothe my mother? Despair. Every morning when I awaken, the first awareness I have is that Daddy is gone. Hi, Butler. I shouldn't have gone home to shower. Guilt. I should have stayed right there so I could have told him goodbye. Guilt. I should have realized how close he was to going. Guilt. Hello, Butler. He's saying hi to the bears. He likes to say hi to the bears. How can you not help smile at that? Hello. Now he's rubbing on my book. Okay, this is the funniest thing. Oh, Butler, you are so cute. He says, pay attention to me. Don't read the book. I should have realized how close he was to going. Guilt. I was there day and night, and I still didn't get to say goodbye. Rage. The woman who was with him knew very well what was happening. Rage. How would she like it if the shoe was on the other foot and I put her father into a coma? Revenge. She has seen many people die, and she could have warned me it was that close. Butler. Butler. You got to see this, guys. Can you see him? Here's my book. He wants my book, okay? She has seen many people die. She should have warned me it was that close. Anger. I think she knew and didn't want me to be there. Anger. She gave him more medication than he needed just to make it easier for her. Blame. I wish I could have said goodbye. Disappointment. There are too many details to attend to, and I don't really feel like doing anything. Overwhelmment. I've been neglecting so many things in my life. I need to regroup and get organized. Overwhelmment. The healthcare professionals are insensitive to the family's sick and dying people. Frustration. They're more concerned about picking up the oxygen tanks than about how I feel. Irritation. It'll be good to spend more time with my own family. Hopefulness. It'll feel good to get back into the swing of things at work. Positive expectation. I know in time I'll get to feeling better. Positive expectation. I don't know if I'll ever feel the way I felt before, but I know I'll feel better in time. Positive expectation. There are so many things to do and so many things that I want to do. More positive expectation. I'm so looking forward to smiling and meaning it and laughing and really feeling it. More positive expectation. I appreciate my husband so much. He's been helpful in so many ways. Appreciation. And we all know what happens when we go on a rampage of appreciation, right? I do appreciate all those people who have cared for my father and mother. I appreciate my sisters. We all love our parents, and we love each other. All things considered, we have lived and are living really wonderful lives. Death is part of life. Since we are really eternal beings, there's really no such thing as death. This is all knowledge. Daddy is gone, but there's no such thing as death. He's in a place where sadness doesn't exist. That is truly a wonderful place. Now we're into joy. I love knowing that he's in a place of utter joy and understanding. I so adore this glorious earth experience. I love knowing how all of this fits together. I loved having this wonderful man as my father. It's all been good. This is all good. So do you see how we moved up the emotional scale by changing our words, by just making statements that felt a little better, that we just grew up that scale? And I just want to read the last section here from Abraham, page 305, and then I'll go and find some Lori Granger. Be easy about all of this. You tend to take life so seriously. Life is supposed to be fun, you know. As we watch you in the creation of your life, we feel only love for you and appreciation for all that you are. You are leading-edge creators, sifting through the wonderful contrast of this leading-edge environment and coming to a new conclusion that summons the life force forward. There are not adequate words to explain the value of that which you are. It is our powerful desire that you return to your state of self-appreciation. We want you to feel love for your life, for the people of your world, and most of all, for yourself. There is great love here for you, and for now, we are complete. Yeah, you're right, Claudia. You know, because we've been practicing this for so long, you do get to the point that you can just be there right away, right in positive expectation. You can go up that emotional scale just like that. You can be up there, you can be happy, you can feel that joy, you can feel that everything. And that's what life is all about. It's not about having things, material things. Material things just make life on this planet easier. That's all. It doesn't make you happier. That's right. At the beginning, you're dwelling on all the negative things that are going on, Kim, because you're hurting. We have emotions. We are emotional beings. Let me say something, okay? This is not about not being emotional beings. This is not about not feeling sadness or grief when we lose someone we love or when we lose something we love. That's not what this is about. This is about understanding what it is and knowing that you can still find the joy and that you can move up the scale and you can take yourself there. And that is what's key, is that you can take yourself there. There are 22 games in this book. I encourage you to play them often. And on Monday, we'll decide where we're going. I may have a surprise for you. I don't know. We'll see, right? It's always, I'll give you the weekend to think about it. And then we'll see what happens on Monday. So I'm just going to grab, I just have to find there we go. All righty. All right. I really like this one. So I'm going to go and grab this one. Let me grab the link. I'm going to pause it so it doesn't start playing there. Oh, we're a little later than usual this morning. My apologies for that. Gotta love the computer. There we go. All right, so this is a fairly short one. I think it may only be 8 minutes or so. Sitting with Breath with Lori Granger. Sit back, get comfortable. She gives you instructions, all right? So this is a little bit different than our Esther Hicks videos. Just listen to Lori Granger. If you get monkey brain, that's okay. She's going to remind you to come back and breathe. So just come back and breathe.
Welcome to our first sitting meditation. It helps to bring to the sitting posture itself a sense of dignity, with your head, neck, and back erect but not rigid, with your hands comfortably placed in your lap or on your knees. As best you can, commit yourself to simply being fully awake, fully present for these moments. If you feel comfortable with it, allowing your eyes to gently close, otherwise allowing your gaze to fall unfocused on a floor or on a wall, and just tuning into the feeling of the breath moving in and out of your body, focusing on the sensation of the breath moving past the nostrils, or alternatively on the feeling of your belly expanding on each in-breath and receding gently on each out-breath, and allowing yourself to just dwell here, moment by moment, following the breath as it comes in, following the breath as it goes out. And bringing your attention back to the nostrils or to your belly each time you notice that your mind has gone off somewhere else, wherever that might be. And if the mind wanders off 100 times, simply bringing it back 100 times, intentionally cultivating an attitude of patience and gentleness toward yourself in this practice. And this means choosing as best you can not to react or to judge any of your thoughts or feelings, impulses or perceptions, reminding yourself instead that in this work of mindfulness, everything that comes into the field of awareness is okay, is accepted. We sit with it and breathe with it and observe it, staying open and awake in the present moment, right here, right now. A continual process of seeing and letting be, seeing and letting go, expecting nothing, pursuing nothing, abiding in stillness, listening in calmness as the breath moves in and as the breath moves out. Breathing in and breathing out. One breath, one moment at a time. And if you notice that the mind has wandered off the breath, simply bring it back without judgment, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe, relax, and feel. Take time to slow down the pace of life. Watch the rise and fall of moods, the birth and death of dreams. Feelings and sensations seem so real, yet they shift like changing clouds and flow with the high tide out to sea again. Allow it all to be. No need to grasp or push away. Present with each moment, the whole of you, body, mind, and soul, opens to receive. In a moment, the bells will ring to signal the end of this sitting practice. And as we come to an end, staying centered for a moment or two in the sitting posture, as the sound of the bells recede, experiencing the sounds and the wakefulness they invite. And then before leaving the sitting, you might commit yourself right here and now to carrying this wakefulness with you throughout your day or your evening, remembering that you can touch base with your breathing in any moment and thereby bring some mindfulness and calmness, some clarity perhaps, into that moment of your life, when and wherever it is, as it is unfolding, and affirming as well the importance of regular formal practice every day if you can.
All right, guys, thank you. The video was playing at a different speed for me. It finally did play, and yeah, I was in La La Land. So I said, let me know when it's done. Before you go, all right, before you go, very quickly, don't run away on me yet. I have a poem to read you. Oh, Judy ran away. Oh, she came back. Good. I have a poem to read you. It's from Think and Grow Rich. Sit back and listen because you're all in that frame of mind right now. So just let these words come in. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost, for out of the world we find success begins with a person's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can never win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or late, the one who wins is the one who thinks he can. I believe you all can. I know you can. I know I can. So think you can, because you can. You guys are awesome. Have an amazing weekend. We'll meet here on Monday with something new and fun and exciting. and I'm looking forward to it. Have a wonderful weekend. If you need me, you'll find me on Skype. You'll find us in our Skype group, and have a great weekend. I love you all. Bye for now.